officials have had various ideas, but this one has not been proposed yet. Brussels, armed with the shield of democracy, intends to intervene in the electoral processes of member states. To put it bluntly, it intends to decide who can run for office and on what terms. It intends to introduce its own commission responsible for elections in EU countries, its own experts, and its own rules.
Tarcza demokracji to jest narzędzie, za pomocą
The Democracy Shield is a tool with which the European Union wants to intervene in member states, supposedly defending democracy, but in reality creating tools for censorship, eliminating policies and politicians who disagree with Brussels. It is a planned program to influence the judiciary, the services, and the functioning of the internet. Above all, it is about controlling political life by trying to influence election results and public sentiment in such a way that conservative and right-wing parties cannot come to power. The test has already been done. In Romania, the election victory of right-wing presidential candidate Călin Georgescu was invalidated. And French leader Emmanuel Macron blocked conservative frontrunner Marine Le Pen from running. Now Brussels wants to interfere in elections on a larger scale. The point is to ensure that those who bow to Brussels win.
To cenzura, to ograniczenie wolności.
This is censorship. This is a restriction of freedom. The European Commission may even dream of determining election results with obedient left-wing or liberal politicians. This cannot be allowed. And all this, of course, under the enlightened slogans of fighting disinformation, Russian propaganda, and online hate speech, in order to justify interference that is not enshrined in any EU treaties. Because nowhere is there any mention of an electoral super commission appointed by Brussels, and there are even plans to introduce an EU digital system to manage elections. The world described in Orwell's book 1984 has so far been only a terrifying dystopia, a fictional world of totalitarian absurdity. But Brussels is creating a real ministry of truth, drawing heavily on Orwell. The Democracy Shield is a tool of total censorship, dressed up in beautiful ideas. The Brussels elites have seen the approaching end of their rule and are therefore playing va-banque. Brussels justifies its unauthorized interference in the electoral process in member states by citing alleged threats to democracy and voters' rights.
My job is to protect the rights of people and make sure that our EU democracies stay strong.
The truth is, however, that the Brussels Shield is not meant to protect democracy, but the left liberal elites. The Brussels-Berlin elites have never given up and do not seem likely to give up on the process of deeper integration, as they call it, which is actually an attempt to federalize the European Union, limit the sovereignty of member states, and all such measures. So let's be vigilant and not allow ourselves to be muzzled. And let's not be fooled by fine words that are meant to cover up nefarious intentions. Democracy itself is at stake.